Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per week. We try to add for your benefit, and we make things go in a hopefully positive direction. This is the Life Lesson Series number 297. As mentioned, we've got 297 of these available for your listening pleasure. 1,500 audios in a total, and we try to add where we can. Please feel free to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter and or in the About Me section of the YouTube page. Either one will give you contact with me or a member of my team. We can go from there. Life may be trying to get you to give more of your all to things. Sometimes, a matter of fact, oftentimes, we are too diverse in the number of things that we have going on. And so what happens is you diversify the things you're giving your attention to, and nothing gets your complete attention. So giving your all to what's right in front of you for the moment, for the day, is important for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because when you give your all, you can get more out of what you're doing, and ultimately you can draw people to you and situations to you, whether that be through the law of attraction, whether that be through strengthening relationships, whether that be through um, articulating your needs in a better way, whether that be through having a certain way of looking at you and at yourself and the progress you're making. You are also more likely to get to a place where you're going to draw positive experiences to yourself if you believe that that which has not happened yet is possible. The relationship you have with possibility will have a direct correlation to the overall things that you achieve and or experience. If you believe that you don't have an opportunity for things to get better, and or you believe the best is behind you, then ultimately getting to a place where things get better become difficult. Using language in its intended form, which is to create bonds of communication and consistency, is also super important for a number of reasons, not limited to the fact that we need to be vibrant with the way we communicate. Sometimes we assume so much that people ultimately get into an alignment that doesn't necessarily serve us well, and or get into a certain level of alignment that doesn't give us what we want out of life. But the reality of being aligned is more about looking at the things we're trying to accomplish, the positive and negative associated with the things we've already done, and our own ability to see ourselves objectively. Sometimes we lack certain skills, sometimes we lack certain follow through, other times it can be extremely difficult to get to a place where we are seeing ourselves objectively, especially if we want a certain outcome to come about, and ultimately we become conflicted on the inside. Using your intuition or your gut feeling and or using your emotional core as a way to guide you in the direction that you can go, should go, or benefit from going is also an important way to look at the possibilities to make positive changes for your own benefit. It doesn't necessarily mean that you ultimately have to know everything that's coming, or even that you have to be in a good space at all times in terms of knowing what your next move is, but being more focused on moving things forward is important and valuable in a number of ways, and that ultimately is a necessary aspect of identifying how to move forward in a good way and ultimately in a more positive, progressive outlook towards a daily living. The next thing is avoid conflict. Look, conflict is about power, and power ultimately corrupts because generally those who want power want control more than they want to be happy. And so the obsession with control can ultimately lead a person to uh, look past the things that are more important or could be more important if they chose to refocus on them. It doesn't mean that having power or desiring some level of power is ultimately bad. It's neither good nor bad. It's just an opportunity to look at things from, is what I'm getting in this moment worth what I'm sacrificing in the long run, and kind of balancing long run and short run thinking in order to plan a strategy for your overall happiness and joy. So hopefully this is helpful. Encourage you keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.